Welcome to Wealth Coffee Chats, folks, for your daily live updates. Get the most out of today's episode by participating in the chat. Make sure you ask some questions, be part of the conversation, have a bit of fun, grab a coffee or a tea, take some notes, and get ready to start your day, folks. Quick few housekeeping rules, though. No spamming, no advertising or self-promotion in the chat. That's not on. Be kind and respectful to everyone when participating. And most of all, have a good time. Real estate investing can be your biggest asset. It also can be your most expensive asset when it comes to getting it right or getting it wrong, folks. It can be time-consuming, stressful, and that's why here at Positive, we have what's called a 6-star team, a full-service team that provides integrated wealth and property investing solutions and services simply designed to help you progress towards your goal of passive income through your property portfolio, folks. Make sure you check out our other podcasts on the Positive Mentor Network. Not only is there Wealth Coffee Chats, there's the Urban Property Investor. Drops every Wednesday with straight talking investing strategies and lessons with Sam Saggers. Property Investor Tales. This is where our clients, you guys, share real life stories from property investing, hosted by some of our advisors and strategists. And that's done every fortnight, dropping every Monday. Wealth, Wine and Wisdom, folks, that debriefs the week that was in the world of finance and property, hosted by yours truly, Jason Witten and Andy Fenton on Fridays. Hey, good morning, folks.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat.
Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are.
There it is, team. Morning. Morning, wherever you're tuning in from today.
Early bird gets the worm, they say. Here at Positive, we offer a 6-star team. It's a team that help you at every stage of your wealth creation journey.
Good morning, everybody. What's a mortgage broker's favorite type of car? A loaner. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Wealth Coffee Chat, our Finance Friday edition. I wanted to thank both Sarah and Damien for stepping in last week and giving us a wonderful update on how we can get started with our mortgage loan journey. Morning, Courtney. Sadly, this week we didn't get another rate cut. So that's obviously some sad news for mortgage owners. However, with everything that's going on with Trump in the US, there's been news that there is potentially more rate cuts than originally anticipated throughout the year, with all the tariffs that Trump are introducing. So that could be good news for our for mortgage holders in Australia. Good evening, Kevin. Thanks for joining. In other news, the coalition are actually looking to reduce the servicing buffer from 3% to 2.5%. Now, that actually doesn't sound like a lot, but it actually makes a huge difference. Now, what is the actual servicing buffer? The servicing buffer is where lenders are increasing the interest rate that they're using to determine whether you can afford the loan. And APRA, a few years ago, stepped in and made sure that all lenders were using a servicing buffer of 3%. Now, previously, before that, it was the lender's choice on what servicing buffer they wanted to use. But since APRA stepped in and said everybody needed to use 3%, all the lenders had to incorporate that into their servicing, which meant that if you took out a loan and the rate now is 6%, they actually service it at 9%, and work out how much you can borrow based on that higher affordability rate. So a reduction in 2.5% will make a difference because now lenders can actually increase how much you can actually borrow. So for me, I would love for that to be incorporated. There are some conditions where lenders, say for example, if we're just looking at refinancing, lenders are able to use a lower servicing buffer, which some lenders were using a 1% servicing buffer if you were just doing a refinance. But for new loans, they had to adhere to the requirement for a 3% servicing buffer. Now, yesterday I had the opportunity to sit in our Exit Plans family office. Now, the family office, I've spoken a few Worth Coffee Chats before. It's where your group of professionals, your accountants, your financial planners, and your mortgage brokers can sit down and go through any questions and review the goals that you have. We have one within our exit plan, and it's a shared family office. So there were a few people on yesterday, and there was a question in regards to offset accounts and how to use money in your offset account to trigger debt recycling. Morning, Caroline. Morning, Jeff. Thanks for joining. So I actually wanted to run through this this morning because I think it creates an opportunity to actually look at how much funds you have in your offset account and how you're able to use that and change your home loan from a home loan to an investment loan. So I hope everybody can see this. Let me know if you can't. Now let's start with your current home loan of 500,000. All right, and over here is your offset account. And let's just say you have another 500 over here. Now the question yesterday was that if you've got 500,000 in here and you take out 100,000 to purchase an investment, then this amount here still appears in this $500,000 loan. So this amount here becomes, it still remains as a bad debt, like as a home loan debt. So non-deductible debt, because it came straight out of the offset account. Now there's a couple of ways we can do this. And the way that I found easiest is if we take the 100,000 and we put it into your home loan. Now, once it's in your home loan, you can then take it out and use it for investment. Excuse the handwriting, everybody. Use it as an use it for investment, and it will actually trigger. Now, the reason, and we spoke about this with the accountant, is that now there's a trail to actually say this 500,000 has actually gone down to 400, right? And then it's come back out as an investment. When it comes to lending and determining whether you can claim interest on it or not, it is based on the purpose of the funds. Okay? So the reason why you're actually using the money. So once it goes into your home loan and then it comes back out, it can actually be, the reason it came in was to reduce your home loan, and the reason it came back out was for an investment. And by doing that, it then becomes an investment loan. What you may want to do is that over here, you may want to approach your bank and go, can I get a split of 400 and 100? Okay. And by doing that, it actually makes it cleaner in terms of knowing exactly what the funds were actually used for. Now, just a tip in regards to that. When you ask the bank for the split, don't explain to them the reason why. Because as soon as you let them know, they will give you an investment rate on this portion. And we don't actually want that. We want them to continue to give us the home loan rate on both those loans. Yeah. So when you talk to the banks, only let them know that you wanted to split, but don't tell them the purpose in regards to that. Now, by doing this, it means that the accountants can clearly see. So if the ATO audits it, can clearly see that the money's actually gone in, your home loan's been reduced, and the money's been taken back out. Now, the reason why we do it this way is so that you don't have to go back to the banks and apply for the loan. In the past, what you'd do is you'd tell the banks you'd repay the loan, and the balance goes from 500 down to 400, and then you go back and you apply for another loan. Now, in this scenario, because your property, because in your offset, it's fully offset against your home loan, that's how you would use the debt recycling. If the case is that you only have, say, 200,000 in here, right? Then you may not necessarily take the 200 and put that into the loan if you've got equity in your property and you're looking to purchase an investment property. You would actually use the equity here and keep this offset here, because you want to always keep cash flow around just in case. And when it comes to purchasing an investment property, then you want to borrow maximum by using the equity that's available in any of your properties. It doesn't necessarily have to be your home. All right. So I just wanted to share that with everybody, because we talk about how to do the debt recycling, but here's how we would arrange it so that both the accountants, the ATO, and even from a lending perspective, this will actually increase your borrowing capacity as well, because the $100,000. Let me just jump back here. This $100,000 here, we actually use it as an investment loan in our servicing calculator, which means its interest is deductible, and that actually makes a difference in terms of how much you can actually borrow. Increasing servicing, if you're reducing your home loan, you're always increasing your servicing, and that always helps you increase how much you can borrow. So I hope that was helpful. Have a wonderful Friday, everybody. Have an amazing weekend, and I will catch up with you all next week. Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching another episode of Wealth Coffee Chat, folks. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you never miss a thing when we go live. Improve your portfolio and investing game, folks, with Wealth Coffee Chats live every morning at 8:10 each weekday. Make sure you join us. Previous episodes are also available wherever you get your podcasts, folks, as well as our other podcasts from the 6 Star team here at positivementor.com.au.